Hello. Yeah, I want to talk about something very important. When I see something going on and it happens to somebody that is close to me or around me, and I see how it has affected the person involved, I like to talk about it so that I can bring awareness to other people. So, and that takes me to this particular topic I'm going to talk about, especially it goes to people living in the Western world, especially because in this Western world, maybe you are in a country and you are alone. That is with your family, that's with your husband and children. You don't have your relatives staying around with you. And most people, they have children in the Western world. Maybe for one reason or the other, they never brought them back home. They don't bring them back home. So lots of children, they grew up, they don't even know where their parents are coming from. They will know that, oh, my father or my mother, they are from Nigeria, but they have never been there. Or they will talk to their grandmother or their auntie on phone, they have never been there. So it is very important for you to let your children know where you are coming from, or let them know your brothers and your sisters, and like if anything goes wrong, who they can go to, who they can confine in. It is very important to for these things, because sometimes we don't think like, oh, anything can go wrong and the children will need somebody. It happens. Okay, now brings me to why I decided to do this. There is a lady who has only one son here, and she made the son for a guy, and the guy, they are not together. So she is a single mother taking care of that boy, and the lady passed away. The boy went to school. Before, when he came back from school, he met the mother inside the chair, dead. She just slept off like that in the afternoon. So this is something I know very, very well. And this is something that this boy don't know nothing about the mother's family. And the mother is not with the father. They have to start looking how for her to get in touch with the father, trying to look for her to get in touch with the family. So you can just see what kind of confusion that this boy will be in. Now, if it's the auntie or the uncle or the grandmother that this boy has never seen, has never spoken with, now they are coming to call him or to talk with him, how is he going to feel free? How is he going to relate with them? You see the problem? So sometimes we don't think. Sometimes they say, oh, this my aunt sister is a witch, this one is a devil, this one did this. So because of one thing or the other, we don't want to go close. We don't want our children to go close. Then, if in all your family, there's no one good person that you can introduce your children to, then it's a problem. Okay, if you don't have such person, then you should have a very good friend, maybe. If your parents or your family, they are not good, sometimes you can have friends that are very good. They can even be more better than your family. So you can also introduce the children. And also, this time around, death or life is something to be talked about, because we never, sometimes when we need to talk about things, you say, I'm not going to die now, nothing will happen or something. You never know. Anything can go wrong. So sometimes it's not that you are going to die or you are going to fall sick. Just talk about life. Talk with your children. Certain things. Always try to prepare their mind in case of anything. Because in this Western world that we are, I have seen cases where their father or their mother, they die, and the children are thrown into confusion. They don't know nobody that is close to their parents, especially when the child is all by herself or himself. That is, if it's a single mother that is raising up the child. A case also happened last year. This mother also died, and the daughter never even got to know the father until when this guy, when the woman died, then they were able to figure out where the father was. And the father was living in the same city where in the same country where the woman was living. And the woman never bothered to let the father and the daughter have good contacts. Now, after everything, the father wants to take the girl. The girl said no, because she's not used to the father. She rather prefer to go and live with a white family. Now that girl, she's living with a white family. Just imagine. So that is why I say, if you have a child with a man, no matter what happens, I know it is painful, let that child and their father have contact. Women, please. Otherwise, it's the children that are involved that we are hurting. Because if you let that child have good contact with the father, if anything goes wrong, the child will be easily adapt with the father. They will have that connection because it's already there. It's not now that the mother died that the child is forced to be attached to the father. No, it happens mostly with women. So I should talk about it more. It's more about the women. So we should always remember that this life, anything can go wrong anytime. So let your children be used to your family. Introduce them to your brothers, to your sisters. Let them have good contact. Or if you say your family is not good, maybe at least let them know that these are the people that they can call, they can confine in case of any problem. It is very, very important. I have seen children thrown into confusion when their parents pass away. The government now takes the children. Yes, the government now takes the children. It happens a lot I have seen. So always prepare your children. Don't say nothing will happen. Yes, we always try to take care of ourselves so that nothing will happen to us. But you never know. Anything can go wrong. Yes. So you have to always prepare yourself. If you have opportunity to bring your children back home to know your family, bring them, let them know where you are coming from. Let them know your family. That is why lots of us, we go back home. They have properties here and there. The children, they are living here. They have not been home. They don't know where your properties are. So sometimes people will die. That is their end. The family who never knew how you suffered for anything, they end up going away with your properties. And your children, they are here. So we should also think very, very well. If you have properties back home and your children, they are here, they are not ready to go and settle, discuss with them. Say, listen, these are my properties. Look at where they are. That is why it is important you talk to them. Talk to them, bring them home, show them, tell them, oh, in case if something happens to me, I am no more. Sell it. Take the money, bring it back here, spend it, buy a house for yourself. Try to, talk to the children, prepare them. It's not that when you are gone, then these children, they are thrown into confusion. Big time, I have seen. Because there's a case now that this woman just died. If you see the way the daughter, she's so crying. She's sad. When you see her, you feel sad in your heart because this daughter, she's not close to anybody, no member of the family. Now, auntie you never spoke to, grandmother you never spoke to, now they are coming to call you. How do you expect this girl to relate with these people? It is difficult. We should think about it. Especially we living in the Western world, even back home also, this is going on. You find lots of people, maybe they are living in the city, they gave birth to their children in the city. The children, they don't even know the village where their parents are coming from. They don't know their family house. They don't know who is the head of the family. Something happens to their parents. You know our culture, when something goes wrong, you have to go to the family of your parents. Maybe it's your father or it's your mother. You have to go to the family to tell them this is what has happened, and they have to be present when they are doing the funeral. So now these children, you don't know anything. How do you expect them to cope? It's a big problem. Big, big, big problem. I quite remember when my dad passed away, we were still young, and we were not going to our village much. We don't go there much. We don't even know how to even get there. So when my father passed away, my senior brother needed to take somebody to go to the village to go and tell the elders that look at what has happened. When they were driving to go, they missed their way so many times because my brother, he didn't know how to get there. Just imagine. And our village is very close to the city. So it wasn't so difficult. So you can imagine if it was very far away, then it will be a very big problem. From there, I knew that, hey, this is not nice. You know, this is not nice. After then, we try to be close to families, to know everything. It is very, very important to know these things. Really, let your children relate with members of your family. It is prepare them. Always talk to your children. Talk to them. We are too, black people, I know because of the background, because of what is happening about all these evil things. So we tend to, seal up, conceal. Everything is inside. We don't want to say nothing. But to your own children, you can say something. That is why I made that topic that let there be secret. Teach your children how to shut up. So when you are talking to them, you are telling them things. Tell them this is only for you and the family. Not say it outside. Keep it. Discuss with your children. If you cannot open up to your children, then who? You will see sometimes people pass away, their children, they don't know nothing about their mother or their father. They are thrown into confusion. You ask them this, I don't know. You ask them this, I don't know. No. Sometimes you have just headache and you think it's headache. I will be fine. You just find out that before you know, in hours, the person passed away. You see? So we don't pray for death. We don't pray to be sick. That sudden death is not our portion. It's not our prayer. But it can happen. That is why we say, oh, white people, they plan everything out for themselves. They plan. White people, when they are doing, they always plan everything. You will see a white person, and that white person knows that he's sick or she's sick. She will start planning for her funeral. She will plan everything out, and immediately she dies. The family members, the children, they don't have problem. Everything is well arranged. But African people, hey, nothing is arranged. The children will start to suffer. They will cry, problems here and there, fighting. Because we never plan, we never arrange anything. Especially those of us living in the Western world. Yes. So we should talk to our children. Explain to your children. Let them know your family. If you can bring them back home, bring them back home. Let them know where you are coming from. Yes, this is my mother. This is my uncle. This is my senior brother. Let them know your family name. You even ask some children, what is your mother's name? They don't know. Where is your mother from? They can just say, oh, from Nigeria. Which part of Nigeria? I think no. Show them, talk to them. Not only mother, father and mother, let them know where they are coming from. Fathers, mothers, we should be responsible. People who have children in the Western world, 5, 4, how many children? They are the father and the mother, they will be going back and forth. That child, those children, they will never bring them to Africa one single day. Then they are lost. When something happens, they are lost here. Nobody. They can't go home. People who never visited home. Now, you mean in death, that is when they have to go? How can they cope? It's stress for them. So I will not even advise that. So we should talk to our children, explain to them. Don't think that nothing will happen, that things are not going to happen. Things can happen. So we always have to prepare ourselves. In this time we are, we are too civilized to just look down on things. Yes, talk about things. Before, to talk about death is very heavy, but now it's nothing. Talk about it. In case if something happen, this, that, you have to talk about everything. Yes. It's not when you don't talk about anything and something goes wrong. They don't even know where to start from, what to do. They don't know. They don't know. So it is very important to talk about things. Introduce your children to your family. Let them know where you are coming from, the name of your village, your family name, things that they are supposed to know. Let them know. It is important. We are Africans. Even if you gave birth to your children in the Western world, it doesn't change anything. At a point in time, they will need that African background, that culture. It is important. So I think I have made myself clear, and I think what I've said so far, it will make an impact, and it will, let people to be able to teach their children or explain to their children where they are coming from, their roots. It's very important. So I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.